Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Philomena. If you're new here, karibu sana. So today we're going to talk about finding purpose after school. So the reason why I insist on speaking about this season about after school is because it is the season that I am at right now, and I feel like I relate to it a little bit more. And one of my friends, after she finished school and she finished after a year after me, she called me and she asked me, why didn't you tell us how hard it was going to be after finishing school? And this is a period where I felt like most people don't talk about it. And people feel like they're alone and they don't want to talk about it. But let's talk about it and get each other through this. I feel like the more I talk to other people about their own journeys, I feel encouraged. I feel like I'm not alone and we are going to figure this out. Sharing our stories, you don't feel alone. Like, you don't feel alone. You know that you will conquer it. You know that you will figure your life out, and that you are not alone in this journey, and other people are also experiencing similar, like, sort of the same things that you're going through, if it's difficult moments, or if it's an something excited about during this season. So let's share. Let's not just share when we've um figured it out and we are only looking back to it. Let's also talk about it while we are there, and help others who are also coming after us in this journey. Yeah. So finding purpose after school, if I would like define this season for me, uh I would say confusion, being overwhelmed, having freedom, and not knowing what to do with it. Well, um, I don't know if it is different for me, for you, but for me, I would say, like, the amount. Let's first talk about confusion. The amount of confusion that I have felt during this season, I cannot compare it with any other season. Like, I thought adolescence was the toughest, the toughest season to go through, with being confused, because the changes in your body, in your emotional state, physically, in your mind, you start thinking about things in a different way than you thought. I mean, I thought adolescence was the last of it. Well, then came finishing school. Brothers and sisters, the amount of confusion that you will experience during this season, I mean, I don't know if all of you are experiencing it. It's like, it's you want to do a lot of things. You've had these dreams, or you are experiencing new dreams. You are finding out things about yourself, new things about yourself that are very exciting, things that you now want to do, or things that you've wanted to do for the longest time, but you don't know where to start. You don't know which foot to put forward. You don't know what direction to take. I mean, you don't even know which direction is north, south, east, and west. And everyone, like, told you that, go to school, listen to your teachers, do your assignments, be a good girl, be a good boy, respect your parents, get your degree. I mean, when you get your degree, you will just get your job, and your life will be figured out. And it is an amazing thing that you now have all these qualifications, you have all these gifts that you can now put into use to serve God and to serve people, and to serve the purpose of your life. It is an amazing thing. But now figuring out how what you have, you put it into use, it can be a little bit hard. And finding purpose after school, it feels like it is, it is a, a big bite to chew. I don't know if like that's I mean, it just feels a lot. It feels a lot. You don't know which direction to take. And you know I have come to a place where I am telling myself that maybe it is okay to feel all this kind of confusion. Maybe it is okay that you feel this overwhelmed with everything that you have to think about, everything that you feel that your journey um is supposed to be, and now you have to figure out which foot to put forward. And I have come to a place where I have to remind myself, stop, just take a deep breath. And if you don't know what you are supposed to do for today, then do nothing at all. Because sometimes the best thing to do when you don't know what to do is just don't do anything, because there's no reason of making a move in the wrong direction, because you'll still come back and then try and figure out. So while your compass is trying to figure out what direction it is that I am supposed to take, or that you're supposed to take, um just stop, take a deep breath. Be kind to yourself. Don't blame yourself for not knowing what you're supposed to do. I mean, there's no manual to this, right? So take a deep breath. Ask yourself questions. What are the things that right here, right now, would make sense for you? What are the things that would give you satisfaction for this during this period? Like, um take it a day at a time. When you think about everything, if you're going to think about everything you're going to do, let's say you have 80 years to live, like what is the legacy that you're going to leave in the next 80 years? It can be a lot. If you think about everything that you're supposed to do in the next 70 years, it can be a lot to think about. And therefore, instead of thinking about you know 80 years, how about in the next 1 hour, just in the next 1 hour, or in the next minute, or in the next day, one day? What do you want to this day to bring for you? Is it restoring faith for other people? Is it consoling people who are not doing well? Is it encouraging people in their own journey who are feeling helpless and hopeless? Is it helping out someone who um is also feeling overwhelmed? Is it sharing stories with someone and getting something from them that you can use for your own journey and get your journey to a better place? What is it that you can do right here, right now? Don't forget, but let's pause thinking about in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years. But right now, while I'm feeling confused and overwhelmed with everything that I want to do, and I feel that I am supposed to do, and I feel that I am called to do, how about right here, right now? And the thing about purpose is that most of us, and when I started thinking about what is it that why was I created, why am I here in this world, you want to think about the rest of your life, and you forget that purpose is really in the here and in the now, in the small tasks that we are being called to do right here, right now. What is it that you feel called to do right here, right now? That purpose is not just the big things that I have been thinking about in my mind to do and to serve. How about serving people around me right here, right now? It's not about going to, another county and, solving problems there. How about here in the environment that I am, that I am in right now? I am at home. How can I serve people around me? How can I serve my family better? How can I be a better daughter, a better sibling? How can I be a better friend? It from a larger perspective. You may not see the things that you are intended to do, but look intently. Sometimes even the things that you are being called to do are not that physical. Maybe you're being called to heal yourself, also to get, you are being prepared for something that you're supposed to do, for a season that is coming. So ask yourself, could are there things that are happening right now that could be preparing me for a season that may be coming, and therefore learn the lessons that you're supposed to be learning in this season. Prepare yourself, be ready to learn, open yourself up, for your own flow, for you to move in your own flow. Don't limit yourself to just what you think is and how you think it should be, because some of the things that are going to happen in your journey are going to surprise you. So don't limit yourself. You don't like you Our sight is a bit limited, so open yourself up to every possibility that is there in your journey. This season, after school, because of the confusion and feeling overwhelmed and feeling that like you have a lot to do, or you have a lot of freedom and you don't know how to figure out what it is that you should do, and you know which foot to put forward. It You sometimes, and I have experienced it, if you feel like you do not have energy. And sometimes it feels like you are having an energy leak. It's like you are supposed to have energy but you do not have energy. And one of the ways that I've found effective to help me with that is really looking at my circle and people around me and things that I am doing in my immediate environment, and making sure that I cut out everything that could be causing an energy leak, anything that could be taking energy from you unnecessarily, people who are not helping you in your journey, people who when you look at the things that you get to share, and they're not helping you, like even if you're having a down moment and you cannot feel safe enough to share with them and to be vulnerable with them, then you need to check your circle, because your circle should be helping. Like, the thing about purpose is everything matters, and you need to be very intentional. Everyone and everything that you should be doing should be getting you closer to you doing your purpose, and getting to your purpose and actually doing it. So if that is not happening, then some people need to be cut off and some activities need to be cut off. Make sure that you preserve your energy, because you are going to be doing very important things. You are going to be serving in a very profound way. You are going to be giving in a lot of ways, and it is very important right now, because you could be feeling confused and overwhelmed. You do not need to lose any extra energy in things that are not helping you with your purpose and with your journey. So as much as possible, try and cut out everything and anything that could be making you lose your energy. And last of all, God, I cannot insist enough how much you need to stick with God and stay close to him and remain faithful to him. God is the one who has written your story and who created you, and therefore he knows the very purpose that he created you for. He knows why he is letting you breathe right here right now. He knows all the gifts, even the ones that you have not figured out yet, that he has put in you. He knows everywhere and in everything that he is calling you to, even if not right now, for other seasons. So the more you stick to him, the more and the easier it is for him to tell you the things that you're supposed to be doing and him guiding your steps. There is no acting on purpose without acting with God and in God. Like, it doesn't work, because every refrigerator comes with a manual. Every electronic comes with a manual. Now, our manual is written by God, and the thing is, it didn't come in sticked up anywhere on us. We just came alone. So the more you stick to God, the more you will figure out what it is that he is calling you to, what it is that he's asking you to serve today and tomorrow and in 5 years and in 10 years and in the rest of your life. So sticking to God is very important. Like, that is the one partnership that you need to be working on every day. And the way I told you, stop, take a breath. Well, stop, take a breath, and talk to God and listen to what he has to say. Even when you are confused and even when there's nothing that you're supposed to be doing, him even just consoling you feels like the whole world is everything is just fine. So stick to God. I will not insist in this enough. Stick to God, stick to God, stick to God, stick to God. He has your purpose, and there is no working in purpose and serving in purpose if you are not doing it in God and with God. So that is it from me today. Thank you for being here with me. I hope that you enjoyed spending time with me, and see you next week for another of these videos. Blessings, and I wish you all the best. I hope that you figure your life out. Please keep praying for me as I pray for you, that we figure this life out together. And yeah, bye bye. Love you, darlings. Mwah.